friends. So I'm going to do some Easter decorating today after I get this crock pot meal for dinner tossed in the crock pot. Would you like to join me? Let's get started. Tonight's dinner, just in case you're interested, is chicken tikka masala with Aldi's korma sauce. All I'm gonna do is toss in the crock pot some raw chicken breasts, a little bit chopped up sweet potato, 1 onion, and the jar of the sauce, and then I have dinner ready to go. Isn't that nice? And I usually make a side of rice or steamed broccoli to go with it. So I always like to get dinner going before I do something fun. And then we're gonna head into the front room and get everything ready for Easter. And this week we are getting ready for Easter, and I wanted to spend today's video setting up my front room for our 14 guests that are coming. And the front room is technically a usable, I'm sitting in it now, it's a dining room in homes. We don't use it as a dining room, it's just kind of a big empty space with like some of our books and a chair. So I'm gonna be doing some rearranging today. I love making use of this room and modifying it with some just kind of quick setup tables that I have behind me. And I love decorating and preparing for Easter. So I'm gonna let you guys watch that process and see how I think it through and see the final result. Step in any decorating process is always to begin with cleaning. And as I started moving things around in this room, I noticed that the windows were really dirty from sweet little fingerprints all over them. And I just love that my youngest daughter, she's always right beside me when I'm doing these things. She's such a helper. She wants to, either hold the spray or hold the dustpan. And it's just, I don't know, it's really fun doing these things with her. So I decided to rearrange our room just a little bit here. These are window seats. I actually had them in the window a long time ago. And I just like furniture that's quick and easy to move around for what you need. So for space purposes, I'm going to move them back to the window today. And I'm going to just clean the floors really good and make a nice open space for our Easter table setup. I am going to be using 2 folding tables. You have to use what you have on hand. I don't go out and buy new things for this sort of stuff. And actually, one of the folding tables, the gray one, is borrowed from my mom because I didn't have 2 on hand. So instead of buying new things, I always encourage people, look at what you have, but also be willing to use your community and ask around and say, hey, can anyone, loan me this for this event? And same with all the extra chairs. I borrowed those. Some are from my grandma, some are from my mom. And we're going to just make use of all of that because I have a large number of people coming and I won't be able to fit them all in this room without borrowing some things. So here you see me just kind of rearranging the room, getting everything set up. I always have kind of a rag on hand to wipe everything down, just give it a fresh cleaning. And I'm opening up our second folding table here. This one is ours. We do own it. I love that it's convenient and can collapse. We originally got that from Sam's Club. And I'm just going to put the 2 tables together to make one large sitting area. And, some people, when they have a lot of people over their home, they have multiple seating areas, and you can do that. For Easter dinner, I really want us all to sit around the same table and be able to see each other and make eye contact and just enjoy each other's company. So here I'm going to put the tables together and get all the seats arranged. Easter is a really special time for our family because we are believers and we do believe in Jesus and that he rose from the dead, and it's a time of celebration. And so I just try and encourage my kids to understand the importance of it. We do it through many different activities. One of them is we actually like to put a cross up in our yard. And when we do that, we talk about the importance And we also love to do resurrection rolls, which I talked about in my last video, where the marshmallow represents Jesus and you put it in a crescent roll, and when it goes in the oven, it disappears like Jesus rising from the dead in the tomb. So just lots of fun activities, and I would just encourage you to make traditions with your family. No matter what you believe, traditions are really important, and kids hold on to those traditions. And the one tradition my grandmother instilled in me is that we always go all out on special occasions. So even if you don't have a lot, you look around your house and you take what you have and you try and make it as beautiful as you can. And so here you see I'm actually pulling flowers that I had from around my home, and I tried a few in the vase. I didn't like how the first set looked, so I got rid of those. Sometimes simpler is better. But all of this stuff was from around my home, including now I'm putting up a light strand. And I think decorating with lights is one of the most simple and fun ways to make a tablescape just so beautiful. I added these twinkle lights, and they have a battery pack, which is awesome, so I don't have to plug them in anywhere, but I hide it in my vase. That's a little tip there, is give yourself a nice flower vase. And of course, those are fake flowers, and that vase isn't full of water. And I just hide the battery pack, tuck it inside. And here's the plates that I found this year from Hobby Lobby. I always go when they're 40% off and get their really cute Easter plates. These say, "He is risen," and I'm setting the table now. So I want to end today's decor video by reading you a little bit about the passage where Jesus does rise from the dead. This is from Matthew 28. After the Sabbath, at dawn on the first day of the week, Mary Magdalene and the other Mary went to look at the tomb. There was a violent earthquake, for the angel of the Lord came down from heaven, going to the tomb, rolled back the stone, and sat on it. His appearance was like lightning, and his clothes were white as snow. The guards were so afraid of him that they shook and became like dead men. The angel said to the women, "Do not be afraid, for I know that you are looking for Jesus who was crucified. He is not here. He has risen. Just as he said, come and see the place where he lay. Then go quickly and tell his disciples, he is risen from the dead and is going ahead of you into Galilee. There you will see him. Now I have told you." And the next chapter is Jesus appears to the women. How beautiful is this? May we rejoice this year that our Savior, Jesus, has risen from the dead, and may we gather together in our homes and celebrate the truth that he is risen. Thank you, friends, for joining me with my decorating journey here as I figured out how to set up this Easter table.